Howdy partners, it's your boy John here. Welcome back. Last time we left off, we went to a Halloween party. That's I guess the best way we can explain this. Actually, that is the best way because that's what happened. Why are you blushing? Oh, that's right. Okay, we were asking around trying to solve it's a murder mystery party. So we're trying to figure out who it was. Annie here's the first one we questioned. Apparently her role was, she was writing the victim's autobiography, well not autobiography, but biography or something. So we still have some ways to go before we can figure out and draw any conclusion. And can't meet my eyes as she says this. She stops just short of making a disgusted face. Didn't exactly make for a page-turner, huh? Oh, no, I can make any story interesting. It's what I do. Did you know that Starlight Sally and the Bugmen of Xanadu was really just a story about an ant farm? Huh. #1 on the New York bestsellers list for 7 weeks, and it could have just as easily been written in a 3rd grade science report. That's how good I am. Okay. And did you have to do a lot of doctoring on Mr. Body's story? Well, how could I? It was a non-fiction. Anna's gone back to writing in her little notebook. Just notes on this case. If you don't hurry, I'm going to figure out the culprit before you. So, where were you at 7? You can ask the bartender at the Dog and Biscuit. He'd probably be the one who could tell you how many I'd had, since he's the one that cut me off. Huh. Wait, what? Seriously? Max? Alright, character, sorry. Look, I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I write books, no problem. That doesn't sound anything like what we've known about you so far. That's a good one. Okay, one last question. Take a look at this for me, would you? I show Anne the small key. Isn't that the key to one of his office safes? Oh. Oh, excuse me. Every now and then I might have to pause. Apologies ahead of time. Yeah. How would I know? I found it on his body. It looks like it. I saw him use one in his office once. He said he kept personal files in it. Then he gave me that stupid wink he always gave me when he thought he was being clever. Probably he had some dirt on someone he was keeping in there. He had his fingers in a few dirty pies. He'd always tease that stuff out, but never give any actual details to write about. Suppose he thought it made him mysterious, but it was really just tedious. So he kept illicit files in his office safe. Allegedly, you certainly didn't hear anything from me. Well, thank you for your time, Anne. Excuse me. I'll let you get back to your writing your case notes. Let me know if you come up with anything. We'll see. Good luck, detective. I'll be interested to see if you get this one right. Anne looks at me appraisingly. She's really into this stuff. I think she's enjoying this intellectual challenge. I give her a little bow and head back out. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and check the office, I think. Okay. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. I heard he was going to write a book about his memoirs. That would have been so boring. Hopefully he had a good editor to spice it up. I wonder if he did have that editor. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to next. Where's the office? I'm going to assume it's in the study. Time to visit the study. I think Isabella came in here. One of the classrooms has been converted for the evening. Looks like there are people relaxing all over. Someone even put a few pipes on a coffee... Pipes on a coffee... Oh, table between some of the chairs. They probably haven't been used, since I'm pretty sure this is a no-smoking building. Isabella is sitting on one of the chairs, idly leafing through a book. I don't know if she's reading it or not. Excuse me. Hey, Isabella. Hey, hot stuff. Glad you came to find me. I was afraid I was going to be all alone in here. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you were. She's really laying it on pretty thick tonight. Not that I mind. So where's Chad anyway? I suppose it's too much to hope he's the corpse out there. No such luck. Nah, Chad left much earlier. Said he had to go bail one of his friends out. I find that very... Well, not difficult to believe. I believe it. That just means more for me. Uh-huh, so what did your card say? That would be telling. And where's the fun in that? Aren't you going to try to worm the information out of me? Sure, that sounds more fun. Oh, you mean, oh, okay, never mind. There are plenty of things I'd like to get you out of. Tempting, yeah, I'm sure. Who could say no to this fate? Ugh. Isabella stands up from her stands up from her chair and walks over to me, draping her arms over my shoulders. So, Mr. Interrogator, you think you can wring a confession from these lips? This could involve some very in-depth questioning. I wouldn't want you to get tongue-tied. Don't worry, I'm very hot under pressure. You're hot anywhere. Oh, come on. Did you do the crime? Isabella grins wickedly at me, then leans in close to my ear. If I was guilty, detective, would it matter? Oh. Well. I can certainly offer you a hell of a deal if you can cooperate with me. What's the fun in cooperation? The struggle is so much more interesting. I'll play it any way you want it. I can be mean, or I can be very, very nice. Well, since you asked so nicely. So what's your story here, Isabella? Well, you know, Mr. Body was my boss. We worked together for... Yeah, I've been his secretary for 3 years now. Excuse me. Did you have any problems with your boss? Of course not. We got along famously. Everyone knows he was always hanging off my every word. Ah, okay. And was there anything else going on between you two? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? I think you know exactly what I mean. Where'd you go? If you were my secretary, I'd be in HR every day for being inappropriate. Are you saying I can't be professional, Max? That's exactly what I'm saying. That's almost... Yeah, exactly. I'm also saying that men are more than happy to be unprofessional right along with you. I know I am. Is this supposed to be a pickup line? I just noticed the music in the background. I close the distance between us, looking down at her with my best... Well, fine, yeah, we messed around a bit. It was nothing serious, just a little harmless fun. And did his wife know about this harmless fun? Well, if it's harmless, she wouldn't really need to know about it, would she? So where were you around 7? Don't remind me, that was before we got here, right? You asked why Chad didn't come. Well, just ask the patrons at my cafe. They'll tell you why he didn't come. We had a huge fight when he told me he had to go bail someone out of jail. He left at 7, and I went home to prepare to come here with you. How far away is the cafe from here? Well, you know that. Okay, one more question. Take a look at this for me. I hand the key over to Isabella, who turns it over in her hands a few times before handing it back. Looks like a key to one of his safes. I'm surprised there was only the one. He must have had 3 dozen of the things. I don't know which safe it goes to, though. He generally didn't let me at his safes. Well, thank you for your time, Isabella. No problem, detective. Hope you figure out who did this and bring them to justice. Isabella winks at me and goes back to idly leafing through her book on her comfy chair. Well, there's clearly an affair happening between her and Body, but that's not necessarily evidence that she did it. I'll have to investigate further. As I return to the main hall, I pass a couple of other guests in the murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of the conversation. I hear Mr. Body was about to break things off with his mistress. No mistress takes kindly to that sort of thing, especially if they're not doing the breaking up. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. Where do I find... Where's the safe at? Investigate the kitchen? Yeah. I think it's time to visit the kitchen. Maybe I can catch up with Rakesh. How long have I been recording? Let me see here. Let me go check that real quick, guys. Okay, we can go a little longer. Alright, I think it's time... Yeah, if we do that. I wander down the hall into what looks like a little break room. There's a refrigerator and a microwave in here. There's even one of those electric grills plugged in. I see Rakesh applying peanut butter to some bread slices at the counter next to the refrigerator. Digging around inside the fridge, I see a girl I don't know. Let me know when you find the jelly, Roxanne. Oh, hello. Why does everybody wear this? Yes, I'm looking. I don't know if they have any. How did you talk me into this anyway? 'Cause I make an excellent sandwich. Yeah. Hey, Rakesh. Max, welcome. I will get more bread. What is a kitchen without snacks? Who's your new friend? This is Roxanne. Apparently she was staying here in the building to sort out some of her affairs. Affairs. In an old school house? That unfortunate murder case in the Great Hall is my father. He called me here under some pretense of having something to tell me. It was apparently going to be something about his new lover. Honestly, if he weren't paying my way through college, I wouldn't have listened to anything that old bag had to say. Daddy trying to buy your love. What's the matter? Didn't get enough hugs? Oh, please, he was an awful man, a gambler, and a drunk. He probably just fell down those stairs. I hated the man. I hated him to his bones. I won't deny it. I've got nothing to hide. Oh. You're selling it a little too much there. Slams a jar of jelly on the counter next to Rakesh and storms out of the room. Okay, she's the obvious suspect, I'm thinking. Either her or Isabella so far. Rakesh finishes making his sandwiches and hands me one. So what's your deal in this crazy place, Rakesh? Yes, well, as to my story, I'm not sure if you ever saw me around the office. I was Mr. Body's bodyguard. Clever. Not really. Did not feel I was necessary when he was at his own office. Still, I saw you a time or two. He was your boss as well, huh? Did you two get along all right? Yes, he was a very nice... He was a very strict boss. You didn't like him? Oh, that's not true at all. Well, maybe a little true. I was not fond of him, but one does not need to be fond of one's employer to remain employed. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, I suppose that's true, but surely you could have found somewhere else to work. Mr. Body was very persuasive. You don't sound like a loyal employee. Perish the thought. At any rate, I don't have anything to do with that terrible crime out there tonight. That is for certain. So where were you around 7? What time was that? An hour before we got here. I was just finishing up with an art class. I was doing a bit of life modeling. I didn't know you did that. Well, art is a bit of a side passion of mine. Couldn't tell. Mr. Body said that he wouldn't need me tonight, so I took the opportunity. Just one last thing, Rakesh. Can you take a look at this for me? Hand over the key to Rakesh. He looks it over, seeming very nervous for a moment. Where did you get this? From his body. Do you recognize it? It looks like a key, one of his safes upstairs. I suppose it's good you got it from his body. I was afraid it meant that his keys had been stolen. Do you recognize the safe it goes to? I just guessed. It seems like the right type. Well, I'd like to show it around, if I could get it back. Yes, sorry about that. No problem. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to call that the episode, guys. If you enjoyed, excuse me, feel free to click like and subscribe. Very much appreciated. It really helps me out. I will see y'all next time.